Okay, the next discussion we're going to have for a lecture today is going to be exploring your files in Windows Explorer and changing your view of your files. Now, what we're looking at here is a typical Microsoft Windows Explorer window down here on this screen. And I'm going to open up mine so you guys can see what it looks like in real time. Let's get this down to where it's within the view area, and then let's go to my computer. My computer will show you what is actually on my hard drive. My hard drive is, I've got a dual boot Mac, which has a Windows partition and a Macintosh partition, which you can see up to the top here. I've got 30.3 gigabytes free, got 116 gigabytes partition set aside my hard drive for Windows, and I've got 115 gigabytes for my Macintosh files. I've also got a device in the DVD reader, which is the Cengage PowerPoint files. Then down here I've got network locations that I can access from my computer. I've got my work files here, my personal files here, of which some of these work files are over here and need to be moved. And then I've got the two Dean's Office files that I used to work at that I need to access occasionally. So those are there. That shows you what a real live file access looks like. Now, if you want to change your file view, let's close that down. If you want to understand your file naming conventions, how your drives are named, your hard disk is always drive C. That's the way it's been for decades. Drive D could be your DVD drive or your CD drive, depending upon which one the computer accesses first. And then the USB drive or any external hard drive or any other drives you might have, network drives, and that would be starting usually E or F and go through all the way till Z. You could see on my file a minute ago that my personal files, the drive that the university sets up for our personal files is drive U. And everybody's files are all saved on a U drive, and that's exactly what they're all called, is your personal U drive. So you can change your view, you can customize your view so that you can see different things when you look at your file folders. We've got 8 different layouts you can look at. You can sort your files by date created, you can sort them by type of file, you can sort them by a variety of different ways. Let's take a look here. Now we're looking here at changing file and folder views. When you scroll over your file folder or your individual file as it shows here in this window, you'll actually see what is the file, what is in the file, and it'll actually show you the details. You've got a preview pane. You also have a details button, several buttons that you can show. You can change the different size of your icons. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Once you've created a file and saved it with the name of the folder, then you can easily open and edit that file whenever you need it. So let's take a look at my drive again. We're going to pull that up again just for the sheer fact that I want to make sure you guys see a live file in progress. Let's take a look at my U drive. Let's take a look at my work creative file. Okay, I've got large icons here. I've got it set up to be large icons. I can change my view by clicking on here. I do not have Office 8, so it doesn't look quite the same as, or excuse me, Windows 8, so it doesn't look quite the same as it does in the pictures. But you can go extra large icons. You can change it to medium icons, small icons. You can change it to a list, which will list it like a normal list. You can change it to details, which will show you the date the file was modified, the type of file it is, and the size of the file. And under details, you can actually make a choice as to what all is shown in your details. You can set it up as tiles, and you can set it up as content lists, so it'll tell you what size the file is, when it was taken, and things like that. I like either details or I like a list, and the reason I like the details is it allows you to go up to the top and see that double arrow black line there. You can actually slide these around. So if you want to see a little more about the file, you can slide it around. If you need to look at the name, if you need to make the panel bigger, you can do that. So that's how you can modify the way the file looks for you. So let's go take a look here. We want to modify a file. Let's look at the 3-up root. No, I better not look at that 3-up rulers. I better pick a different file. Let's look at 7 Habits Progress. Let's look at that and pull that file up quickly. At least it should pull it up quickly. It's opening it up right now. And it's taking a minute to open it up. Let's see what we get here. Come on. Okay, there's the 7 Habits Progress report that I sent over to the committee. This shows you that it opened the file directly from that file spot, that file location in the file folder, which was in the Windows Explorer. Just double click on the file and it'll actually open it for you. I want to close that file down, so it needs to close. Close the program. Go ahead and shut it down. For some reason while I'm recording it doesn't like to close the program down. So let's go back to our slide here. So if you're going to copy files, it's real easy to copy files within OneDrive or move them from one drive to the other, keeping the original file in the original location and making a copy of it to paste somewhere else. Now when you're copying files, you can copy it from your hard drive, you can copy it from your desktop, you can copy it from a different drive on the network, and then you can put it on the USB flash drive, you can put it anywhere. And that's the kind of thing you're going to be doing for this class, is you're going to need to work at moving files around. You're going to want to move the files off of the Blackboard shell. You're going to open the file, and then you're going to go up to the top and File Save As, and you're going to save those files as you open them to your USB flash drive. It'll give you practice on how to save files to different locations. Okay, copying files, you select your file just like it shows here, and you can use the copy button or you can right click. Let me pull up my files here. If I wanted to copy this file, I would right click, and then you get the choice of copy. And then say I wanted to paste another copy of it right in the same location, I would click on right click and hit paste, and you see it put another copy of it on my hard drive here that says 7 Habits Progress -copy. So it designates it as being different from the original file. And at that point in time, if I wanted to rename that file, I would go in and I would highlight rename, which would allow me to change this to delete this file, because I want to throw this out when I'm done. So that's what I've renamed the file, is delete this file, and the extension is docx, which tells you it's a Word document. So this is basically a copy of the 7 Habits document, but I've renamed it this. Now, the final step to delete files, if you want to get rid of a file that's in your hard drive, let's see, go back to that Windows Explorer, you can right click, or you can click on this and go to the drop down menu, not there. You can go to this, right click on it, and then say delete down here next to rename, and it'll throw it in the trash. Do I permanently want to delete this file? Yes. So there, now the file's gone from my file tree. Okay, we've gone through copying files, we've gone to this. You can easily use the send to command too when you're saving a file. Say you've got a Word document open, I'm going to open Word so I can show you this. You're going to go File. Let's see, I need to get this down so you guys can see this window. Let me get this shrunk down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to File, Save As, or I can Send To, and you can actually add a place or send it somewhere. You can actually send it to another computer, you can send it to another person, but it allows you to send that document to someone else. And you can go File, Save As, or you can do Share, which will allow you to attach it to an email and actually send it directly to that person. You can send it as an attachment. You can actually take that document and turn it into a PDF directly, so they get the image that's perfectly laid out and formatted the way you want it to be. We're going to go ahead and close this out now so we can get back to the slides. Okay, so we've got copying files taken care of. Moving and renaming files, we already went through that, about when you copy and right click on the file, you open up the name. So cutting a file or deleting a file, you'll click on the file, and if you don't have Office 8, it's not going to look like this. You've got the file name. You're going to rename a file. You can actually do that. We showed you that.